Just a few seconds ago, I heard a word used that we hear far too few, not just in sports, but in life today, in society today. We do not correctly hear this term used. And so I applaud Deion Sanders for reaching out and forgiving Henry Blackburn for the late hit on Travis Hunter. Welcome to the Voice of College Football. We break down the game we all love each and every day with you. So the Colorado hype, and they've certainly have confirmed the hype with 3 excellent games and the dramatic comeback as a 23-point favorite against Colorado State. So the college football world is exploding in talk about Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback, Travis Hunter, who's amazing, and the entire Colorado football team. All right, we had an incident in the game against Colorado State in which it was the first quarter, about 5 minutes left in the first quarter. I went back and I looked at the play again, just want to make sure that I'm not incorrectly reviewing the play. It was clearly a late hit. It was late, and it was also uncalled for in regards to kind of how it was carried through and the completion of the hit. So that was by Henry Blackburn, defensive back for Colorado State. Shedeur Sanders immediately came up and challenged him, and then Travis Hunter was knocked out and had to leave the game. He has a ruptured liver. And so, I'm sorry, he has a lacerated liver, and he's supposed to be out for 3 weeks. So this takes 4 games out of his season. And Travis Hunter, my goodness, #1 rated player in America coming out of high school. I had only seen highlights of him. Then I saw him in action for a full game against TCU. My jaw dropped. He's everything he was hyped up to be and even more. And then he's on top of all that athleticism, a gamer to play 141 snaps against TCU. So it would have been remarkable and will be remarkable if Travis Hunter can get back on the field in a month to see him continue to play on both sides of the ball. It's, Charles Woodson brings back Charles Woodson days back at Michigan, although he only played some at wide receiver. Brings back really Chris Gamble at Ohio State, who played full-time on both sides of the ball and racked up that level of plays, over 100 plays per game. So Travis Hunter, we wish you all the best, and way beyond that, we pray for all the best. So prayers should go out to Travis Hunter, who by all accounts appears to be in good shape, that he will be scheduled back, and this will not affect his football career. Back to the comments by Deion Sanders. So most coaches would have probably said it was unfortunate, and that was a late hit, and basically would have kind of moved on from there. So I'm impressed with the way Deion Sanders addressed it, #1, because there have been death threats. So 2 wrongs don't make a right. The hit was late. The hit was uncalled for. The player was penalized for it. But let's also understand that there are late hits all the time in which there's not a result of a lacerated liver. So you can't blame Henry Blackburn for the result, the injury. Okay, it's extremely unfortunate, but again, there are late hits in football all the time. So Deion Sanders understands it's football. He's played it at the highest level, certainly. And so he had a lot of positive comments to say about Henry Blackburn and his pursuit of just maturing and becoming a better man and a better person, continuing his playing career, getting an education, said all positive things, and his support of Henry Blackburn, because we've got a bunch of crazies out there. I'll be kind and just call them crazies, idiots out there that are threatening the life of an individual who's 18, 19, 20 years old, regardless of the age. Threatening the life of anyone is serious stuff, and over a football game. And as Deion very plainly said there, it's a football game. It's a football game. So I applaud Deion Sanders for being very specific and not just the typical coach speak. It's an unfortunate incident. We'll move past it. Wish the best for both sides. We don't hold anything against this kid. But he went on in terms of the hopes and the dreams and the prayers for Henry Blackburn continuing his career and saying, hey, Travis Hunter has moved on from it. We've all forgiven him. And I love the word forgiven. And forgiveness, because it's a word that's not used nearly enough in this society. Again, and even when it's used, I hear at times the term, the response being, okay, if you do X, Y, and Z, then I'll forgive you. Well, that's not forgiveness. Let's enjoy and understand the definition of forgiveness is that regardless of whether the violator does anything to rectify the situation or show any remorse, any regret, anything, that forgiveness is exactly that, that you forgive that individual regardless of what they do. So a great lesson driven home by Deion Sanders. We applaud him. His football team's doing a great job, as we posted on the last video. Whether you want to call it a circus, a carnival, a great time, it's certainly drawing folks that don't normally watch college football. A lot of football fans who maybe just watch the NFL are starting to pay attention to college football, and some people that don't pay any attention to football, period, are watching football. We saw the numbers come in. ESPN's highest rated game ever in that time slot, 9.3 million, and the highest streamed game on ESPN ever. So drawing a lot of attention to the game of college football. We love that. We love college football. And again, whether he's your cup of tea or not, there are some times that Deion Sanders says some things that I don't necessarily, not that I disagree with him, but I would just do it differently myself. That's fine. He's a man. I'm a man. We don't need to be petty about things or immature. So this is where Deion Sanders took a stand as a man, as a Christian, and he and his team, and he being the leader of the team, showing the young men under him that this is how you handle this situation. You forgive. So that's great. We are going to be all over this Colorado-Oregon matchup in regards to all the big matchups, Clemson, Florida State, Ohio State, Notre Dame. So just keep it locked in right here at the Voice of College Football. Tons of great coverage coming your way. And leave the comments down below. We always enjoy them and respond to as many as possible right here at the Voice of College Football.